Let's cross back to Hobart now and catch up with One Nation leader Pauline Hanson, who's all plugged in and ready to go. Thanks for joining us, Pauline. You must have got the shock of your life today to find out through Penny Wong that Labor might be revisiting the Voice.
Oh, come on, Chris, it wasn't a shock to me. For her to say it just outside the election, I've been telling people on the floor of Parliament since the Voice referendum was held that they wouldn't let it drop. I've seen it come in some of the legislation that put through is to enable these Aboriginal people. It's been slowly being pushed through some of the legislation. I wouldn't trust the Albanese Greens government as far as I could throw them.
So you take the Peter Dutton line is that Penny Wong was actually showing a little bit of honesty rather than her misspeaking.
Totally agree with you, and yes, I do. And if they couldn't get it through the referendum, when over 60% of Australians voted against that, and I know you were for it, but the people had their say. They don't want this divisive policy of having a voice to Parliament, and I totally agree with them. And I'll tell you what, Chris, I've got another 3 years in there, and I'm going to fight against it. So they try and do it, I will block it every which way and bring attention to the Australian people with regards to it.
I think it'd be madness. Here's what the Prime Minister said about it today.
The voice to Parliament didn't come from me, came from First Nations people who had a constitutional convention at Uluru under the former government, under a process that they set up that led to that in 2017. We put it to the Australian people, which was the gracious request.
He just washes his hands of it. You know, he's not responsible for this. He's basically just whacked something up there. I mean, he never came forward with the detail that he always promised. I mean, this is just a millstone around their neck.
That's right. Chris, he lied about it right from the very start. It was a 13-page document. It was actually sent to me on the quiet because these pages were left by the NIAA in a cafe in Canberra. They brought it to my attention. I exposed it straight off what it was in the documents. So therefore, he then said, oh no, it's only one page. They've lied and lied and lied. And that's exactly what this Prime Minister has done. He's lied about immigration, cost of living, everything he's lied to the people about. I don't trust him, and I hope the people wake up themselves and don't give him another term of government.
I'm not going to go down that wormhole again, but the Uluru statement is one page. Those other documents are attached to it, or were records of meetings leading up to it. It's a one-page document, though. I want to show you what Andrew Charlton said on the campaigning trail on the weekend, questioning people about their religion. Here's a little bit of what we showed last night.
What are you going to do for us, Andrew?
Are you a member of the exclusive
What are
brethren?
you going to do for us today, Andrew?
Are you?
And what does religion have to do with volunteering?
Are you going to answer my question?
Are you going to answer mine?
Okay, I'll take that as a no. See you later.
What are your views of a Labor MP asking people about their religious affiliations?
Got nothing to do with it. It shouldn't be raised. What's that got to do with it? I totally agree. You know, so I don't know what were they leading to, Chris? I'm not aware of that. But what I'm hearing, I think it's ridiculous. Why ask someone's religion?
Labor seem to be paranoid that the Brethren, a church, a Christian church, are supplying volunteers to the Liberals, and so therefore they seem to be able to ask people whether they're Brethren. They don't ask anybody else whether they're Muslim or Hindu or Catholic or whatever.
No, it doesn't. And I know some volunteers up here in the northwest coast of Tasmania have actually come out to help me. And they've been threatened by the Labor Party as well up there because they've tied to this certain church. And they said, well, we're going to stand our ground. We're still going to hand out how to vote cards for the One Nation Party. So this is the bullying that goes on behind the scenes. People have no idea some of the bullying tactics that happens, but it's mainly, you know who does it? The Greens and the Labor. They're the worst for it. And I've been in this game for a long time, and I know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so,
the left do political hatred better than anybody else. There's no doubt about that. I want to show you one of the text messages that the Trumpet of Patriots are sending out to people. A lot of people are getting this. I've got this unsolicited. They say that voting One Nation is a vote for the Liberal Party. Don't be fooled. It's no nation. Vote Trumpet of Patriots. Your response to that sort of attack?
Look, even Sue Ellen got on to an ad and said One Nation is evil. Sue Ellen has been very gracious to me over the past 3 years. She is the Chief of Staff to Senator Babette and has always complimented me and One Nation on our policies, and Senator Babette actually votes with us most of the time on the floor of Parliament, if not all the time. So the whole fact is, this is just sour grapes on behalf of Clive Palmer, who couldn't take over my party, it was not for sale, and I didn't join up with him for him to control me. So anyway, this is just sour grapes, and it's a shame because, again, it's dirty politics that's happening here. He's not here for the best interests of the country, and people vote for him. It's going to be a wasted vote because he doesn't really care about the people out there. It's all in Clive Palmer's self-interest.
And all of his ads still tell us that Sue Ellen's going to be the next Prime Minister, so it's going to be a shock result on Saturday, no doubt. Thanks for joining us, Pauline. Happy campaigning. Pauline Hanson there in the